Hey guys, and welcome back to my Dragon Age Origins Let's Play. I'm Larpg Gamer, and we are about to undergo some kind of test to see if I am worthy of receiving the Urn of Sacred Ashes. And oh, I didn't mean to select you.
Very well.
The Maker's first children. And let's see what we will find. Okay, so Alistair, let's see what she has to say.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
The plague, a tune, wind, a coconut. I mean, I know the expression, or I don't know if it's an expression, but you can say it, to carry a tune, right? And it is possible for someone really small to be able to carry a tune, and someone really big to not be able to do that. To carry a tune. Let's try option number 3.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
So all these spirits have something to do with Andraste. So this was her old friend. Okay, so now we go to Brona.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Love, the moon, dreams, indigestion. Okay. I think dreams. Looking at all the answers, I think I'm going for dreams.
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
So this was Andraste's mother. Now then we have Lady Vasilia and Thane Shatan.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
I mean, you're not a trespasser in your own home, and you're not a guest in your own home. So, home?
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
Okay, because the elves were enslaved by the Tevinter Imperium, and Andraste was fighting against the Tevinter Imperium, so the elves were with Andraste in this war. Lady Vasilia.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Vengeance, right?
Yes, my husband Hissarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
So she was Hissarion's wife, and Hissarion was the one Andraste was fighting, but he took pity on her in the end, I believe. Or Alistair told me that, I think, about Hissarion. Not sure. General Maverath.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Religion, jealousy, children, woman. I think jealousy. jealousy can come from love, right?
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
Maverath. So he was jealous of Andraste. So maybe he was her husband? And he became jealous of all the attention that she gained by leading this war, perhaps? Disciple Avar? I don't know if I pronounce it right.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
Veiled in white. This is the first one because I was thinking about clouds or mountains. I'd like you to repeat that.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom.
Okay.
Of what do I speak?
I think he's talking about mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
Okay, so he was actually the one that carried her ashes here, I guess? Archon Hessarian. Yeah, that's him, Hessarian. The one that took pity on Andraste in the end. So maybe we should go to Disciple Cather first.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Lightning, fire, woman, hunger. Well, you cannot see it. Hunger is the only thing that is something you cannot see. But that you do know the feeling of hunger. And it can actually take on an army. If an army is starving, if it has no food. I think I'll go with hunger.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Okay, so now we only have Archon Hessarian left.
She wields the broken sword, and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
I'm sorry, he has to repeat this one more time.
She wields the broken sword, and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
I think it's mercy, because that's definitely a term that would fit or would suit Hessarian, since he took pity on Andraste. He showed her mercy, I guess, by giving her a quick death, right?
Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
Okay. Good. So, I guess this was my first test, so now comes my second. Prince Trian. Oh, this is not going to be... Oh god. Okay.
Greetings, my exiled sister. I would lament your fate, but why should I? You have been cast out to walk the surface, whereas I... But I am too hard on you. Balin made fools of us both. Were I a spectator, I would applaud him for his clever manipulations. However, I find it hard for me to remain unbiased in this regard.
Should I apologize to him? I still feel that Velena did the best she could. I mean, she trusted both her brothers, which is not a crime. But maybe I was blind in some way. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Maybe I should apologize.
But the betrayals of Orzammar do not weigh down your steps. You have not faltered, and I am proud of you.
Really?
Take this and use it well. I give you this and my blessing. Remember me.
I will. I mean, Balin wasn't the nicest brother. He treated us pretty badly, but he still, yeah, he was still our brother. And I'm not even sure, it was probably a spirit. Not, of course, it wasn't Trian himself that I just spoke with, but still. I don't know. So I guess this was the second test. Oh, please don't crash game. Okay, it's saving the game. Again, I got really nervous for a second there. Precise. Oh! We are fighting ourselves. Should I try to kill? Maybe I should try killing Wynn first. The fake Wynn.
Damn you!
Since she's the mage, so I think it would be best to make sure she's dead first. This is the real Zevran, the real Wynn.
I still remember my first battle.
Let's kill myself, I guess. That sounds weird. Knock myself down.
Best be wary.
Okay, the Velena is dead. Zevran is still on really high health, so let's attack him.
It isn't think they would run away from blood.
Okay, so that was the third test, I think. Fighting ourselves. That was actually really interesting. I think Zevran was marked by the evil Zevran, but my guess is that it will go away. Makers, we have faith in the makers, so must we have faith in our friends. Okay.
Hey, you see those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
Yes. Next time we see a strange contraption, why don't you just go stand on it? If something bad happens, hey, we know it's a trap.
You don't really think they're traps, do you?
Okay. So this is a test about friend. It has something to do with friendship, because the first text talked about friends, and then Alistair offered to stand on one of these.
Look at that. I don't think it's solid enough to stand on, but it's a start.
Speak on.
So, okay, but they're still kind of see-through. So
Your
maybe
wish.
we have to make them visible now. Okay, so that activates the fourth one.
One step at a time. And here's the first step.
Okay, so now I can step on this one, but this one is still see-through. And Zevran made them visible, so maybe Alistair... Oh no, wait. If Alistair leaves now, I will fall. So Wynn should find the stone that makes the second one visible. That's not the one. That's activating the third. Activate them both. So I need to make the second one visible. Is this the one? No. Yes, okay, so Wynn... Now I can stand on the second one. Wynn cannot leave a place.
Say the word.
Alistair can, right? Yeah, okay. So now the second one is visible because of Wynn. This one does nothing. And these makes them see-through. Wynn cannot... Ooh. I think if Zevran... Wynn cannot leave because she is responsible for this one. Let me see what happens. Yeah, okay.
Get one person across and go from there.
Okay. This makes... So, oh wait, so the second one is there. This one makes the second one visible. This one makes the first one. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Because we have to return the first one and make it... We need to make the first one visible again. So now, okay, while leaving this one will disappear. So maybe first I do this. Can you leave? Oh, no. Okay, so then I do this, and then Alistair goes onto this. Win. Oh, crap! Oh, I mean, sorry. Okay, wait. So Wynn cannot leave a spot, but Zevran cannot leave his spot as well. Oh god, I hate... I'm not liking this one bit. Because if Zevran leaves, I fall asleep. Yeah. Oh, lordy Lou. And I am really sorry for the sudden cuts, for the random cuts without me announcing it, but I thought that I would record myself doing this puzzle, but after taking way too long solving it, I decided to stop recording and just do it off camera, because man, oh man, this took me such a long time to figure out. I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but yeah, it was a difficult puzzle to figure out. So, okay, we were able to cross this bridge finally after figuring out the puzzle after a long time. So I guess we are almost here. Altar. This altar is little more than a dusty stone slab. You can make out an inscription carved into its face. Continue. Cast off the trappings of worldly life and cloak yourself in the goodness of spirit, king and slave, lord and beggar. Be born anew in the Maker's sight. I guess I remove my equipment then. Okay, wow. Oh, my entire team is without our equipment. Okay, so I guess I should try to cross the fire now, right? Without my clothing.
You have been through the trials of the gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
Okay, so we... Oh, quickly guys, cross the fire. Wow.
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I could not have asked for a greater honor than to be here. I will never forget this feeling.
Nice vase. I should get one for my house.
Alistair and Wynne are so honored and so serious in their response to finding this, and Zevran just doesn't care one bit. Which again suits his character, makes sense. And I mean, Velena, like Zevran, I guess, doesn't believe in Andraste, doesn't believe in the Maker. So it's not as important as it is to, for example, Wynne or Alistair. So I guess I take a pinch of the ashes. You take a pinch of the ashes and place it in a leather pouch. Leave the urn alone. Really cool though. But man, Zevran's reaction was priceless. Ooh, I have enough to take this with me, which is good. Although now my inventory is full. But I'm not able to loot this chest. Where does this go? Mountaintop. Okay, so both these doors lead back to the mountaintop, it seems.
Very well. Perhaps I could have a try at that.
No, okay. So I guess there's nothing more to loot except for these chests that I cannot open because of my lack of skill. So I guess we should leave because we have the ashes. And our next stop is Al Eamon then. It's okay. Oh, so now we're back here. Do I have to walk the entire way back? Because can I go to the world map from here? No, I can't. So doesn't seem right for me to walk the entire way back. I cannot imagine that the game... And is the dragon still... Yeah, the dragon's still there. I think there's a way for me to fight the dragon. I mean, I cannot get on top of the mountain, but I believe someone told me... Is it in this section of items? Or maybe key items? Plot items? This is rose. Okay, I actually have the rose that Alistair gave me a long time ago. Where was it? I think someone told me that, or gave me the tip to look. Yeah, this one. This horn emblazoned with a modified chantry symbol belonged to Father Colgrim of Haven when he wished to commune with the High Dragon that he believed to be Andraste reborn. This horn would sound out from the mountaintop. So I think I can use the horn to lure out the dragon. Is this... Where does this go? Ruined Temple. Because we came from there, so maybe I go through this door now. But because my inventory is full, and yeah, I will summon the dragon at some point. I will come back here, definitely. But now I think I'm actually heading out. So don't worry, the dragon will be dealt with at a later time. There are several areas which I've already been to, which I have to return to complete some quests, I believe. So I have not forgotten about them, but for now, and again, since my inventory is full, I think I should just go out. And then Redcliffe should be my next location to go to. Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. Maybe a quick stop in camp first to sort out my inventory, to talk with some party members, and then we'll go for Redcliffe Castle to give the ashes to Al Eamon. So let's go to the party camp. For now. Man, I really like this. I really like the trials. Even the puzzle with the bridge, I liked it, but it was just really difficult. But, I mean, I like a challenge, but it was just not interesting enough to show you guys. Trust me, you would have been bored out of your freaking minds. I actually want to see if I have any gifts that I can give, perhaps, to one of my party members. Is there anything I have for Wynne? I can't remember which... I have to look up what I can get again, can give Wynne. Maybe I'll do that when I sort out my inventory, and then I will give her a gift. Alistair is already at 100. Zevran likes the gold and silver bars, I remember. Yeah, a small silver bar, so that should be for Zevran.
You have excellent taste.
So he's now at 71 and he cares for me, so he went from interested to care, so Zevran is starting to loosen up a little bit. Morgan is at 99. I think the golden demon pendant. Or not. Well, maybe, I mean, is there really a point when she's already at 99% approval? 89, and I think I have something for Stan, or not. I can't remember as well. For Stan, I will have to look it up as well. And Shill, I don't think so. What's this? Liliana. I think everything related with, or she also, oh, she's at 99 as well. Let's just give her this. This holy symbol is crafted from polished steel and has a severe look to it.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
So now she's at 100% as well. So I think that's it for the gifts, at least for now. As I mentioned before, when I do my inventory off camera in a couple of minutes, I will look at the gifts as well. Okay, so let's talk with our party members. Maybe we can talk with Zevran about the woman the Guardian mentioned, because he really got to Zevran when he mentioned this woman.
You look so tired, my dear. It is all this constant walking and fighting. I think I know what you need.
Okay. Some of these responses are ridiculous. Oh, this I have to hear.
My thought is this. We retire to your tent and I show you the sort of massage skills that one only learns growing up in an Antivan whorehouse.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty clear from what Zevran means by this, but just to be sure, are you suggesting what I think you are?
If you mean to ask whether or not there might be more than a massage involved, allow me simply to say that you won't be disappointed with any of the techniques I've picked up over the years.
Sorry. Ooh. I don't want to be too eager. I mean, Velena is definitely... She definitely has feelings for Zevran. It had a really nice slow pace so far. So she definitely wants to. But I think she's kind of taken off guard by this very direct approach of his. Are you sure about this?
What is there to fear, my Grey Warden? You deserve a little fun, do you not? If you're not of a mind, however, it is no tragedy.
I'm afraid if I keep refusing, that it will not happen. Oh, I can actually say there is someone else. That's interesting. I think I have to agree if I want this to happen. Or should I say we're not exactly alone? I think I'm going to agree with him now. No, I'm definitely of a mind.
Then why are we still talking? See? I knew this would happen eventually. I should have warned you right from the moment you refused to kill me. It was inevitable.
Wow, okay, so let's see. Here I thought I seduced you.
Oh, why aren't you the saucy little minx then? I've been used and I wasn't even aware of it. A masterpiece. So then, as the priestess so famously said to the handsome actor, what now?
Oh, geez. I mean... What now? This cannot happen again. Now we go on as before. Was this a... I think she wants to know if it was a one-time thing. That's a good question, right? So, yeah. Was this a one-time thing?
Allow me to make it simple for you, my Grey Warden. What comes next is entirely up to you. I was raised to take my pleasures where they could be found, for they do not come very often. I shall ask nothing more of you than you are willing to give.
Okay, that seems reasonable, right? I don't want to end it, so there is an option to end the relationship now. That sounds fine by me. And what about love? I mean, his approval rating now is somewhere in the 70s, right? And it's care, so it's not love yet. So I am afraid that if I ask him about love now, that it is too soon. So, easy come, easy go?
One might look at it that way. Is this so terrible? At any rate, we should be on our way. A new day awaits us, or so the rumor goes.
Okay, so I gained approval from Zevran for that. So now we are 78 and adore. I think it was care, right? Before this. So it has improved. But for example, if you take Alistair, which is at a 100 now, right? Where is Alistair? Yeah. He is at love. So Zevran is still kind of... I don't know. It's interesting. So there's definitely something between us now, but it's not set in stone. I think Zevran has commitment issues, maybe, but we'll just see how it will develop throughout the game. Let's see if Alistair has anything to say about this. I hope not.
So, let me ask you something. A personal question.
Because I want to see if Alistair will know about me and Zevran. What kind of personal question?
I'm wondering about...
Oh no!
Well, about Zevran, really. It seems like the two of you have become quite... friendly.
Oh no. Okay, so he does know now about me and Zevran. How am I going to respond? Why are you asking?
I'm just curious. Maybe it's inappropriate of me to ask, but what are your intentions towards him? Is it very serious? If you'll tell me that.
Okay, so I can respond with that it's not serious, that it's just enjoying each other's company, but I believe it is more than that. I can say it is serious. I love him. I think Velena is not in love with Zevran yet. I think she's getting there. She definitely has strong feelings, but it's too soon to tell if she loves him. I don't think they are in that stage yet, Zevran and Velena. I think it might be I haven't decided yet is the best option.
I was under the impression that the two of you were romantically involved. I would have said something sooner, but I didn't know how to put it without sounding, you know, jealous. So, now that I've got that off my chest, let me ask something else.
Oh, come on.
Do you have any feelings towards me?
It's kind of weird that I'm still able to say we are friends, Alistair, nothing more, after I already told him that I loved him and after I already slept with him. You tell me first.
I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you a great deal. I think maybe it's because
he already
we've
said
gone through
this.
so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself? Or do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
Now it's just repeating dialogue because I already had this exact conversation with him. Wait, this was the conversation... Wait. I recognize these answers that I can give. And the last time I said, I don't know, it's too soon to say, which ended up in a kiss between me and Alistair. Will that happen again? Let's see. I don't know, it's too soon to say.
Well, is it too soon for this?
This is so weird. Is this because of the mod that I installed? Is the mod causing this, or was this already... Let's go for this one again. I'm just going for the same option as before.
Good. I'll take that as a good sign. Maker's breath, but you're beautiful. I am a lucky man. Now, let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I'm not sure if the mod is causing this, because this just completely repeated the dialogue I already had with Alistair. I mean, not the first part about Zevran, that was definitely new. And I think Alistair reacted because I slept with Zevran. But then it did repeat itself. The entire kiss part. That already happened when we returned to Ostagar. Did this change anything with my relationships? Alistair is still 100 love, and did it change anything with me and Zevran? No, it's still at 78 adore, so if I now talk with Zevran...
You wish to talk? Ah, good. I have a question for you. You and Alistair are quite close, are you not? I am curious as to the nature of your relationship.
I'm not going to say I love Alistair, it's very simple, because if I had to choose right now between Zevran and Alistair, I would choose Zevran. But it's not what you think. Can I ask him why? Are you jealous?
Jealous? Not I, no. But one does not need to be jealous to be leery of rushing headlong into complicated situations. You and I have had our fun, but if this thing between you and Alistair is leading somewhere, I'll happily step aside. Complication avoided. Everyone's the happier, yes?
Zevran is really, again, really protecting himself. I feel like he cares more than he's admitting right now. He's protecting himself by taking a step back. But I don't want you to step aside.
And I have no burning need to do so, but this is not so simple a matter. I make no claims upon you, nor would I dream of such. You are free to pursue your fancies as you desire, and I would have it no other way. I suspect Alistair, however, would not feel the same way. If there is to be something between you and I, to string him along would only hurt him deeply. Surely you know this is true.
Man, I don't think the mod is working, or I just don't get how the mod... yeah, I don't know. I'm confused, but at the same time I find it really interesting that they are responding on each other. There was never any... I'm not going to say that. You aren't going to force me to choose, are you? I suppose you are right.
Then only one path lies before us, no?
Okay, so I have to make a choice now. Then we are done. No, I'm not going to say that. You leave me no choice. Alistair it is. No. As I mentioned before, if I had to choose right now, I would actually choose Zevran, because I feel that I'm just really interested in how this will develop and if I will be able to break through Zevran's walls and I can get him to admit that he does love me. So, I want you, no question.
I'm glad I am to hear it. You will need to be the one that tells Alistair, however. Now then, shall we move on to more pleasant topics? How about poetry, hmm?
Okay. Zevran, I cannot discuss this right now. I know a good poem when I hear it.
Well, trust me then. You won't be hearing it now. It was recited to me, as I recall, by a rather wealthy target of mine. Let's see. The symphony I see in thee, it whispers songs to me. Songs of hot breath upon my neck. Songs of soft sighs by my head. Songs of nails upon my back. Songs of thee come to my bed.
What is that? Sex poetry?
So she claimed. She was trying to seduce me, you see, and somehow she thought that this would actually convince me to spare her. I had sex with her anyway, but that goes without saying. She still had to die. The poem was amusing at the time, however, and thus I've always remembered it.
So, wow, he slept with her and then he killed her. Zevran is so... I just don't... So you thought to seduce me with it?
Now that is a thought, isn't it? Would it work?
It might.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Personally, my preferred methods of seduction are a bit more tactile. Here I thought you might be cheered up by some naughty poetry. You simply look so unhappy. Such an unflattering expression for such a lovely face.
Aww. These aren't the best of times, you know. I appreciate the effort, don't bother. You think I'm lovely, do you?
Ah, who wouldn't? You're the kind of woman that stokes the lust in men and other women alike. Surely you know this and are playing with me. Me, I tend to make the best of whatever situation I find myself in, stealing what moments I can. It's served me well most days. You might learn to do the same.
So he's really about living in the now, living in the moment. He does not want to live in the past, and he also does not want to look ahead. I think because it scares him in a way. I'll keep that in mind. Let's go for that.
Or you could ignore my advice, considering where my brilliance has gotten me. Enough poetry, I think. The time has come for traveling and the murdering of villains and whatever else passes for adventuring these days.
Wow, plus 14. That gained me a lot of approval. So I'm at 92, which is really high, but it still says a door. And again, has this now changed anything between me and Alistair? Because I said, yes, it did. Okay, because I told Zevran that I want to be with him, my relationship with Alistair now turned to friendly. So I guess the mod has not worked, but maybe that's for the best. As I mentioned before, I've made up my mind that I want to be with Zevran between these two. Even though Zevran still is very distant in a way. I mean, he flirts with me, he cares about me in some matter, but he's afraid to fully commit himself and to, yeah. But I'm interested because I have a feeling that it will change, or at least I hope that my relationship with Zevran will develop in the future. But for now, I guess we should just talk with the other party members because I've spent way too much time on this romance, so I'm really sorry about that. So let's talk with Liliana for now.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died, and this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free.
Maybe I should tell her about what the dwarves do. We believe that we return to the stone and become ancestors.
And thus you embark upon another journey. Death is just the gateway.
Wow. That was, I mean, it was a beautiful song. I actually really like that. I did not expect that, but wow. I mean, Liliana used to be a bard, so it makes sense for her to sing so beautifully, and yeah. I don't really know how to respond because I was just, as I mentioned, not expecting her to suddenly start singing. But it was beautiful. And I actually really like that they implemented that in the game. Absolutely stunning. So, let's talk with Win.
What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
I don't know. It's just difficult sometimes.
You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
Oh, that's sweet of Win. I will be ready when the time comes.
And that gives me hope.
And actually gained some approval from Win for that. Yeah. Win has been really supportive so far, and I really like that. It's good to have a support. So let's see if Stan has anything new to say.
You called.
Let's see if I have...
Speak, then.
No?
Then I suggest we move on.
Let's check this one.
I am hardly surprised. Very well.
Okay, so for now...
As you wish.
There's no new dialogue options with Stan, which is fine. I think I will end it with a conversation with Shill, and then I should definitely end this part here.
It speaks.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Are those crystals in your skin?
I like to think of them as accessories.
Do all golems have them?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
It's a dwarven thing, then.
So I would assume. My former master enjoyed poking around the ruins in the deep roads after all, and bartering with others who did. As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
Did he succeed?
Not really. Although now that I think of it, these attempts may be what caused my disruption. Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
Would you be willing to have more added?
Why not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures after all. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
How did you end up in Honleaf? Do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
I can't imagine what it must be like to be forced to do all these things, to have no choice whatsoever. So whatever command you are given, you have to do it. Even though you are well aware of what is happening. I think that must have been quite horrible, to be honest. Do you remember anything before Honleaf?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Just how old are you exactly?
I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention.
But why were you out in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
His wife?
Humph. I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
How does someone shrink a golem?
With a chisel. And a lot of nerve.
So you did not like this Wilhelm, I take it?
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Wilhelm's wife sold it, I believe.
Hag.
I don't want to say I would have thought you'd enjoy scaring humans, because I'm afraid that I might insult Shill. And I actually think that Shill did not enjoy it because Shill was forced to do all these things. So let's go to interesting. I'm done asking about that.
Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Okay, so Shill approves. So, yeah. I think because Shill's former master Wilhelm and his wife, they really just saw Shill as a tool, as an item that they could use for their convenience, not knowing that Shill was actually aware of all that was happening. So I don't think... If Shill did kill his or her master, I definitely feel that it was wrong, of course. I don't approve the killing. But at the same time, what Wilhelm and his wife did wasn't right as well. Or at least that's my opinion. Because Will is fully aware and has its own opinions and its own character. It's like it would have been the same if they were controlling a human or if they were controlling an elf or a dwarf. That would have been wrong as well. So yeah, I definitely should end this part here because I've been going on for way too long, and I apologize for the whole love triangle thing with Alistair and Zevran that went down in this part, but I think it is good that I finally closed that triangle. I stopped it by choosing Zevran, if I'm not wrong, so I think that's good. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this part, and I will see you guys in the next video. So, bye guys.